Hello everyone, how are we doing? Apologies at the top of this video if my voice sounds a bit off. I'm still recovering from Bloodstock Festival, but it's almost time for Reading and Leeds. So today we will be talking about everything you need to know if you are going to Leeds Fest. If you are going to Reading, there is a sister video to this that's available to watch right now. The link for that is in the description down below. If you like this and you would like to see more videos like this in the future, then let me know down below what festivals you would like us to cover next festival season. Even though there is a long way to go until then though, there is still loads of great stuff to come on this channel, so if you want to carry on with us on that journey, then please subscribe down below. As always, a massive thank you to everybody who supports this channel. This is everything you need to know before Leeds Festival 2023. Now, Leeds Festival isn't actually held in Leeds itself, it's actually held just north of the city in Bramham Park in a place called Wetherby. If you are coming by car, then there are 2 car parks to aim for. If you're travelling from the north, south or east of the festival, then you're best heading for the east car park. Take the A1 motorway and come off at junction 44 if you're headed northbound, or come off at junction 45 if you're headed southbound. Between these 2 junctions is a road that runs parallel to the main road called Paradise Way, and then from there you should see a turn off towards Brown Gate. Keep an eye out for a very recognisable feature. It's a bridge that goes across the motorway, but it has a loop at either side of it. After you've entered Brown Gate, it is a little bit way down the track, but don't worry, it's just a single road all the way through, and there are stewards there to be able to guide you through to the car park itself. If you are coming from the west or the south, then you can head northeast out of Leeds city centre towards the south car park. As you come out of the city centre, continue along Leeds Road until you see signs for the site. If you're coming from the south, again, turn off the A1 motorway at junction 44, but this time you want to turn left onto Leeds Road itself. This is also the drop off and pick up point, so if you are dropping off or picking up, this will be the only car park that you'll be allowed to access. If you are heading by train, then Leeds city centre is connectable from Liverpool, Manchester, Newcastle, basically every major city. And then once you're off the train in Leeds city centre, there will be a shuttle bus available to take you to the site. About a 5-minute walk away from the train station is a place called Sovereign Square, and this is where the buses will pick up from and drop off to across the weekend. You will first need to download the First Bus app, select services in Leeds, and then the actual Leeds Festival service should appear there. You will need to pre-book this. It will not be available to buy on the bus, so make sure you've downloaded the app and booked your ticket through there. It can be done up to any time until you get on the bus, but just know that you have to have it in order to get on. And when you get to the site itself, it will drop you off at the West Gate. When you are coming home, this is where you'll be picked up from and again dropped off at Sovereign Square. Just remember that there will be long queues on the day. Also, the big green coach service is available, so if you don't want to get the train and then the shuttle bus, you can just jump straight on a coach and get there. It will be travelling from over 30 cities around the UK, but again, you do need to pre-book this, so make sure you get it well in advance. Once you're there, if you have an early bird ticket, the campsite will be open from midday on the Wednesday. If you just have the weekend ticket, then it will be open from 3 AM on the Thursday morning. After this time, the campsite entrance will remain open, so if you can't make it this early and you're coming later in the weekend, don't worry, it will stay open for you to just come straight through. The arena itself doesn't open until 5 PM on the Thursday, but it will stay open until 3 AM Friday morning. When the bands are on the Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the arena opens at 11 AM and again stays open right the way through until 3 AM. And the festival does ask that everyone be off-site by midday on the Monday. There are 7 general access campsites. You've got brown, green, purple, orange, red, blue and yellow. There's also an eco camp, a caravan site and an access camping area if you qualify. If you're looking for the party camp, it's probably going to be either orange or blue or red. These are the closest to the stages in the campsite where you've got Piccadilly and LS23. These go on until the early hours, so if that's where you're looking for a big party that goes on till late, then that's probably your best bet. Brown and green are fairly chill, but be prepared for a bit of a trek to and from the arena. Now, if you need anything while you're on site, there are loads of facilities there. There is a co-op that stocks all different kinds of food, from pot noodles, burgers, bacon, pre-made sandwiches, sausage rolls, crisps and chocolate and things, soft drinks, but they also do alcoholic drinks as well. And they've also got loads of hygiene products like toothpaste and baby wipes and other things as well. It is a little bit more expensive than a normal co-op, but honestly it's not that much when you compare it with other festival prices, and it's an absolute godsend when you need snacks or mixers or just more alcohol. The queues do tend to get a bit long though, especially when it's warm weather and everyone's after a cold drink, so just be prepared for that. Just remember that all the staff are people too, and they do try and get it stocked out as quickly as possible. If you need any camping equipment, then Fat Frank's will be on site. They've got everything from tents to chairs to spare pegs if you need them, and they'll even blow your airbed up for you as well. If you want to do some shopping over the weekend, maybe get a new pair of sunglasses or a nice hat, then head to Traders Alley, where there are loads of independent trading stalls, lots of accessories you can buy, jewellery and things like that, and they're all local businesses, so go and support them if you can. There are loads of toilets available and loads of water points on site, so if it is a really warm weekend, then don't worry, they've got you covered. Just make sure to bring a refillable water bottle, and if it is plastic, make sure that you recycle that at the end of the weekend. The toilets can get a little bit unsavoury as the festival goes on, and I would recommend taking more toilet roll than you need. Believe me when I tell you I learned that lesson the hard way. There are loads of welfare areas across the entire site with security hubs and steward hubs in each camp, so if you do need any help across the entire festival, they will be on hand. There's also medical tents if you have an emergency, Samaritans are on hand if you need to talk to anyone, the Salvation Army are there, Festival Angels and campsite safe hubs if you just need a bit of a sit down and a bit of a chance to get away from things. Don't feel bad about needing to use any of these facilities because that's literally why they're there to help people. If your phone dies and you don't have a power bank, then you can head to Charge Candy. You can either buy a power bank that will last you for one full charge for the day and then you just take it back, or you can buy a weekend wristband and when you finish with one you just take it back and they give you a fully recharged one. You do have to pay a deposit, but you will get that back when you return the power bank for the last time. At the end of the festival, as always, make sure you leave no trace. This means that the ground you're camped on should look exactly the same when you leave as when you found it. Put all your rubbish into bin bags that can be provided from steward hubs, or if you want to bring your own, that's fine as well. You can either leave them at your campsite waiting to be collected, or you can take them to the available recycling points in each campsite. And remember to take all your camping equipment with you. If you can't take it with you for whatever reason, then you can also take them to the recycling points as well. So what should you pack then? Well, it's a British summer festival, so just be prepared for anything. Ponchos are an absolute must. It's better to have them and not need them than the other way around. But if you forget to bring them, then again, they'll be available to buy on site. You can bring wellies, but if you are struggling for space or you don't have room to carry them and you just want to bring the pair of shoes that you're wearing, then I would recommend a waterproof pair of boots, but also make sure that they're comfortable to walk in. On the other end of the scale, make sure you bring some sun cream, because even if it doesn't seem that sunny, you are going to be outside all day and you can still burn. Make sure you've got some warm clothes for the night time because it can get quite cold. A nice pair of joggers are perfect because they're really comfy as well. Make sure you've got a fresh change of clothes for each day. What I tend to do is take reusable plastic bags, and then in each bag I will put a t-shirt, a pair of socks and some underwear. And then each day I will just take that bag out of my rucksack to save rummaging around and getting stuff all over the tent. And then at the end of each day, those clothes can go straight back into that bag and can stay separate from all your other clothes to stop them getting dirty. Also, don't forget to bring something comfortable to sleep in, but remember that it will be a lot warmer when you wake up than it was when you went to sleep. If you don't want to keep going back to the Charge Candy that we mentioned earlier, then make sure you've got a power bank for your phone. A good one should cost you about 20 quid online. Really important thing to bring, I say this in every festival video now, but baby wipe behind your ears. I've done some research finally into how and why this works. So basically, if you're walking around a campsite all day, your body's going to give out loads of heat and you're going to get really sweaty. So your skin, everywhere else, the sweat has places to go, the heat has places to go. But behind your ear and between your ear and your head, it's got nowhere to go. It builds up like this really horrible gunky mess. So if you take a baby wipe and just wipe right behind your ears, leaves you feeling really fresh and gets rid of all that nasty gunk. If it's a really warm day, then it's a good idea to keep doing this as you go, and then it lets your skin breathe and it can cool you down as well. If you're wanting to take stuff with you into the arena, then just remember that big bags aren't allowed, but you can take small bags like this, just a standard bum bag, and in that I can fit my power bank, my phone, my wallet, some sun cream and a poncho as well. And what I do is I throw it over my shoulder like this so it can't be pulled off easily. The buckle is just there so no one can get it off me, and if anybody wants to take anything out of it, then they've literally got to go under my nose to get it. So that's what you can bring, but there's also a list of things that the festival say that you can't bring. There is a full list online if you would like to go and check that out, but some of the most important ones to remember are: you cannot bring weapons for obvious reasons, aerosols because they are flammable, excessive cooking fuel, disposable barbecues, disposable vapes, although refillable vapes are allowed, generators both electric and gas powered, glass, and of course, drugs. In the arena, you've got 7 stages. You've got the main stage East and main stage West. East is the main stage where the biggest field is. That's where Billie Eilish and Sam Fender and the Killers are headlining. You've got the Radio 1 dance stage as you come into the arena in a big top tent, the Festival Republic stage, the Radio 1 extra stage, the introducing stage, and the alternative stage. Each stage has an accessible viewing platform, toilets nearby, and food and bars nearby as well. The arena itself probably takes about 5 minutes to walk end to end when there are no crowds, but remember that there are thousands of people going to be there, so it will take longer because everyone's going to be crisscrossing and going from different stages at different times. So if you're trying to get from band A to band B at the other end of the arena, just make sure that you've planned enough time to be able to weave your way through a crowd. Also, because it's so busy and people in your group might want to catch different sets at different times, it's important to arrange a meeting point. We tend to organise it near a recognisable feature like a sound tower or a toilet block or something like that. You might not always have signal, or your phone battery might have died, so it's important to arrange this before you all split up. After the music ends, it doesn't mean the party's over. There's loads going on still in the campsites. You've got a silent disco that runs until the early hours. Sometimes there's a queue to get in depending on how busy it is, but when you go in, you'll be given a pair of headphones. And there are 2 channels playing. You get to switch on your headset which one you want to listen to, and then on your way out you just give the headset back. If your headset runs out of charge, then you can take it back to where you got them from and they'll replace them. You've also got the LS23, Piccadilly and Anachronica stages, and these have got live DJ sets that go on well into the morning. Food and drinks then, as always, there is no glass allowed on site, so make sure you decant any spirits into plastic bottles. And if you're bringing beer or cider, make sure you're bringing it in cans, not glass. They will take it off you on the way in, so just make sure you haven't wasted your money and your time and effort bringing it there, because you won't be allowed in with it. Like I said earlier, disposable barbecues are not allowed on site, but there is a list online of what you are and you aren't allowed to cook on. You can have small stoves as long as the flame is kept within the container itself. Stewards will be coming around to double check that everything's okay, but if you do have an unsafe cooking setup, then they might ask you to take it down, and if you don't after that, they'll come back with a water tank and put it out themselves. There's loads of great food vendors on site as well. You've got everything from Greek, pizza, pies, hot dogs, burgers. You've got breakfast options, dessert options. They cater for all dietary needs. You've got vegan options and halal as well. So hopefully that was everything you need to know before heading to this year's Leeds Festival. If there's anything that you can think I've missed off, or if you're a festival veteran with any handy tips, then let me know down below. If you head into Leeds Festival this year, then have an absolutely great time. If you like these kinds of videos, then leave a like on this so I know to keep making more of them. Just because festival season's over doesn't mean we're slowing down though. We've got loads of exciting projects that we've been working on. The whole point of this year was to expand the channel into different areas and to grow in different ways and to seek the new kinds of videos that we're comfortable making and the stuff that you guys would like to see. If you like what we do here and you want to see everything that we've got up to this festival season, then please subscribe down below. Thank you again so much to every single person that supports this channel, and as always, I will see you in the next one.